Whispers in the walls. The old Blackwood Asylum had been abandoned for decades, yet rumors persisted that something still lived inside. James, a thrill-seeker and urban explorer, decided to spend the night in its decayed halls, armed with only a flashlight and a camera. As soon as he stepped inside, the stench of rot and mold hit him like a wave. The floor creaked under his weight, and the air felt thick, as if the building itself was breathing. He pressed forward, filming the peeling walls and rusted bed frames. Then, the whispering began. At first, he thought it was the wind, but the voices were too clear. Some were crying, others were laughing low, guttural, insane. James shuddered but pressed on. He entered a room with deep scratches on the walls, as if someone had tried to claw their way out. In the corner, an old wheelchair faced the wall. He took a step closer, and it moved just an inch, but enough to make his stomach drop. A sudden noise from the hallway made him turn. Footsteps, slow, dragging. He aimed his flashlight, but the hall was empty. Then, his camera screen flickered, showing static. And in that static, a face pale, hollow-eyed, grinning too wide. He turned and ran, but the asylum didn't let go so easily. The walls stretched, the doorway shifted, and suddenly, he was back in the same room with the wheelchair. The whispers grew into screams. Then, the lights went out. James's breathing was the only sound left until something exhaled behind him. Hot, rancid breath on his neck. His flashlight flickered back on, revealing the reflection in the cracked mirror across the room. A figure loomed behind him, its mouth open impossibly wide, filled with jagged teeth. It reached out, fingers like blackened bones, and touched his shoulder. The last thing James saw before darkness consumed him was his own face in the reflection, his mouth stretching, his eyes sinking into nothingness. The next morning, his camera was found at the asylum's entrance. Still recording. James was never found, but sometimes, visitors say they hear a whisper when they pass by the asylum, a whisper that sounds like someone calling for help before breaking into laughter.